Alright, check this out. So, what we're doing, we're working on some repair work. We've had there's like about 3-inch shaft break. It's a pole that goes on a forklift. It's made for handling rolls of carpet, and the guy had one that broke, so he asked me if I'd fix it for him, and I was like, yeah, I'll help you out. So, this is what I've got. Let me show you here. Here's the piece I cut off to the arm. You can see how it busted. That's where the break was. What I did, I dropped down below the busted area right there. I cut it with a Watabo. You see the cut and put a weld prep on it. So you make sure you repair something to get all that bad out of it. If you try to fix something and you don't get all the bad out, it's going to break right there next time. It'll find its weakest point. So I took the piece we cut off. There's one that's complete. You see it there. So that's what we're working on now. So I'll make a video real quick of how I repair this stuff, and I'll show it to you in just a minute. Alright, so I just now got the stock off the saw. The other side it broke. As you can see, we got a nice clean cut surface here. Good straight square. So now I'm just gonna put a weld prep on it. We'll put a good bevel on it around it, and we'll make them up. See if we can get a good fit, and we'll try to get a good weld on it, and we're gonna sleeve it. All right, let's put the weld prep on this bad boy. A good weld prep, a lot of times helps you with your welding. You know, if you get a good straight bevel, a lot of times you can use that as a line. You put your last cap pass on there, your first cap. It gives you a line to follow, a straight line to follow. So that's really the biggest thing about that, you know. And other than getting a good heavy bevel on there, so you weld and get inside there and make a hole bigger. Let me show what I'm doing here. All right, let me show it to you here. And there is a weld prep. Sit on the side here, it kind of gives you an idea of how you want it to look. A lot of times you can take your grinder when you first start and you turn it up on its edge. You know, you can hog on it on the edge like this. When you get ready to, you know, slick it up and finish it up, make sure you lay that front of that grinder, this front half here, make sure you're laying flat, and you can roll it like that, and you can make that nice and smooth and pretty. You know, you want to hog on that sucker, you hold it up like that. When you want to put the finest touch on it, you'll lay them flat like that. Okay? Alright, so make this thing fit up, and we'll see how she does. Alright, so here's another trick. Anytime you're dealing with something round, trying to fit it up or use for a straight edge, angle is one of the best straight edges for round material. In this case, I just move this out of the way. I just put it on there, and it sets itself down where it needs to be at. You hold it down firm, tack it. Now you got a good straight edge to lay your other piece up in. Take a piece of 1/8 TIG wire. I'm gonna use it for my spacer. The way I get good penetration, or better penetration, I'll just set the piece on that, then I'll remove it after I tack it up. So let's go get it, we're gonna tack it up now. And it cradles it just like that. I need a pair of bicycle clamps. See if it might sit better. you go. I'll put a C-clamp there at the bottom of it just to true it up. These slide clamps like this, we call them Bessie clamps. They're about the best you can get when you come into fabrication. Here's a North Star brand. I think it's a Sexton Welding brand. A lot more affordable than the Bessie brand. And I've had good look out of them. So if you're looking for a good clamp, man, can't go wrong with that one right there. Alright, so now we'll get a straight edge up the side of it and see how it does. Let's see how clear that is. Let's put you over here, maybe you do better. How's that? How about that? Yeah, it's more better right there. Okay, we get a straight edge. Alright, what I'm gonna do is gonna check it around it, 2 or 3 spots, see how straight it is. Back down. There you go. Love tap. That's your ready to tack off. We'll tack it in a few spots and then we'll take the clamps off of it and set it straight to stay. Stay straight and put a few more tacks on. Alright. I am using old 35 hard wire with a 75-25 mix, probably more of a standard thing. The old 35, I learned is really good for penetrating. You run a circle about 28 bolts and 650 inches per minute on the wire. That sucker, she'll walk the dog, man. All right, let's tack it off. Step back, look at it. You do a calibrated eyeball. Looks pretty good. Okay. Okay, so here's the deal. Let me show you the fit up. There you go. 3-inch solid. Some tacks, some background them tacks. Once we get some more on there. And we'll start putting roots in it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sleeve it with a piece of pipe. So let's get this here welded up, tacked up, and then we'll sleeve it. Okay, so what I forgot to mention a while ago, before you strike an arc on something this thick, like I said, this is 3 inches. Be sure that you preheat it, you know, 250, 350 degrees in that area before you strike an arc. But the way I normally do it is once you heat it, you run a root in it, and then you cut that root back down. That gives you a good landing there, just you know, lay it in there. It's already heated up too, so now you should be able to start stacking them, breaking them out. So that's what we're gonna do next. All right, here we go. We're gonna wrap this thing up here now. 28 volts, 650 inches a minute. Old 35 hard wire. Bare wire, whatever you call it. We're gonna call it get it done more. How's that? Remember, always stagger your tie-ins. Bada boom, bada bing.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Okay, so here we go. Let me get you a look at it here. See what you think. Okay, so there it is. There's the next pass in. There's your tie in. There you go. Tie in on this side. And what we'll do, we'll grind them tie-ins down, and we'll start. Next time we're gonna start right here in the center, and we'll overlap that. All right, let's do the second pass. Let's do that. All right, so here's the next deal. I done ground my tie-ins. No big deal, just kind of blend it in the rest of it, you know, bring it down there where it needs to be at. Now what we're gonna take a grinder, just run around the bottom edge of that. Just give us a line to follow, clean out any trash or impurities might be there, you know. And it makes it well, you know, if you want to make it do a really good job, you'll take the time to take a grinder and you know, run around the background a little bit, you know, clean it up. Well, isn't there so much better to do? All right, I've heard a lot of people say a good welder doesn't need a grinder. No, you know, you do a good job welding, you probably don't need a grinder, but what I've learned, most of the time people say is that people too lazy to pick a grinder up and use it. So take it for what it's worth. I've done a lot of it over my time, and if I take the extra time and run a grinder over it and knock all them high spots down, make it all the same height, the weld is later so much better, and you ain't got no highs and lows. Okay, so here we go. There we go. See it there? There we go. So we'll do the same thing again. We will grind our tie-ins and put nothing in there.
There we go. Now we're going to stack our tie-ins again. Now we're going to put the tie in the same spot. Alright, so this one, we'll put it back down here somewhere. Like that. Now we'll go right here.
With a MIG welder, I never try to start on the same spot. I try to start where I left off at. You know, so if you start here and you go over here, I want to start back on that low point and just burn in. It's low spot. So burn in there, build it up. You come back to the start, it's kind of high because it starts out cold. And when you burn that hot weld back up, it kind of lays it down flat. That's kind of the way I go about that. Ain't like a stick rod. Bada boom, bada bing. Check it out there. I like it. How about that? Okay. Same thing again. Round tie ends. Round a groove in the next spot where it gets welded at. Repeat. We'll stop right there. I'm gonna finish it out. When I come back, we'll put the sleeve on it. All right, so I have ground up the last one here on top. Gave me a good groove cut in there with the grinder, good landing for my weld to lay in on. As you start capping these welds off on this metal, sometimes when you get on up in there, a few beads in, you gotta start backing the heat down, the wire down a little bit, because you're putting all that heat in there. It don't take it much once you get it good hot. So I backed it down a little bit on the wire to see how it lays in there. So now what we're going to do, we're going to grind it down slick and put the sleeve on it. There we go. Alright, so here is our sleeve. It fits pretty tight. So here's the weld, this is where the break was. Weld it up, ground it down flush. With a piece of, it was like 3, no. Yeah, probably 3 inch instead of 40, I guess. Because it's a little bit loose on that, so I'll probably measure a little bit over 3. But basically, we're going to weld the bottom of it, put probably 1/2 inch weld at the bottom, and we'll burn the edge all around the top right here. So let's do that now and I'll show us like we get done. Alright, so we got her done. There she is. Shaft back on, sleeves on, weld a sleeve on there. All MIG welded, old 35. Get y'all boys to look at it there. Make sure y'all like it. Of course, you got the one down in there around the base of it. That's 28 volts, 640 inches a minute. Get her done. Now, a lot of people argue with you, MIG versus stick. You know, hey, you gotta get her done. You can't beat MIG. Now, if you're out here working in the mud, in the rain, you gotta have a stick. But if you're in here where it's dry, you ain't got no wind blowing hardly. Of course, you gotta know how to set the thing. Once you get it set, you can run with it. Problem is, a lot of people can't set them. If you learn how to set a MIG welder, for each different metal thickness, man, you can't beat it. As far as efficiency and time, it's the only way to do it. Metal got to be clean, of course, you know. And you'll program it yourself that, you know. When you work on metal, you'll know to clean it, where to clean it at, how to clean it. It's part of learning it. But there you go, man. I'm going to post that bad boy on here, and maybe y'all can learn something from it. I don't know, shoot. Had a teacher one time down at tech school. He told me, he said, "He said there's more than one way to kill a cat than choke it on butter, son. But this is how I know how to kill it." All right, peace out.